you're still having knee pain and you've done everything. You've done all the glute strengthening exercises, you've been massaging everything out, but you still can't figure out why you have knee pain. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Heather here, and a lot of times if you're having still that reoccurring knee pain, actually it might not be the fact that the hips or the glutes are weak. It might be that we need to address your foot and ankle. So this is something I talk a lot about with all of my athletes is we need to look at above and below that kinematic chain. And if you have more questions, don't hesitate, book that consult with me so we can go ahead and take full advantage of kind of figuring out the why. So like I mentioned, if we're having that reoccurring knee pain and you still haven't really been able to resolve it, the next step we want to do is look at the foot and ankle, because chances are there's a lot more instability surrounding that knee than you actually realize. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is actually do a very basic and simple test, which is go ahead and just stand on one leg. So I have no uneven surface underneath me, but what I'm doing is I'm now trying to see, does my body start to shift? Do I notice like a hip drop? Do I notice that my knee's starting to cave in? Am I kind of bringing the knee in on more of an angle? Am I also noticing that my plantar surface, which is the bottom part of my foot, is really becoming tasked? Is my calf burning out? What's really happening at this position? So what I recommend first is just go ahead, stand on one leg and notice what's going on. Take a look at yourself in the mirror, kind of see and address, where that instability is coming. Now, once you've gone ahead and you've addressed that instability, we're going to want to take it in a few steps. So the first step we're going to want to do before we really kind of get into some heavy balance work is actually the myofascial bit. So now you all know I'm really big on increasing flexibility and mobility before we start building in the strength, because if we don't do that first, we're going to just kind of set in more compensation patterns and it's not going to really do us any good. Now, if you want more in-depth information regarding how to do some really great myofascial release, looking at using a massage ball and the foam roller, head over to my myofascial course. I've left you the link there. And go ahead, take full advantage of it today as well, because then you're going to get even more benefits just from doing some of that. Now, once we've done the myofascial work and we've gone ahead and stretched, next we want to go into the balance work. Now, you've gone ahead and you've stood on one leg. You're kind of noticing which leg is a good side, which side is the bad side. Now we want to kind of work in the balance. Now, a lot of you may not have access to a BOSU at home, but if you are going to a gym, chances are you will see a BOSU there. Now, if you want to purchase a BOSU, see the links down below, or I've left you another option, which is a Dynadisc, which is a fraction of the price, but still kind of achieves the same thing. For this video, you're going to see me do a few things actually standing on the BOSU. For purposes of this video, you guys are going to see me doing it in my sneakers, but you would want to be barefoot when doing it, again, to allow for more play, more movement at that foot and ankle. So what we're going to do first is you're just going to want to come and stand on the BOSU with 2 feet. Just practice just kind of having balance here, kind of understanding what that relationship is and how everything feels. Now, hopefully you don't have a sidekick that likes to bombard you when doing balance activities. So try to find a space in the house where you can do these without any interruption. Now, the next thing is that we're going to do is we're going to practice balancing on one leg. Now, first, go ahead and just see about kind of leaving the opposite leg off to the side. Maybe it's even touching the BOSU slightly, just as you kind of start to kind of graduate into bringing that leg more and more and more up towards the chest. Because again, you can see as I do that, as I bring it more closer to the center of my gravity, my ankle is kind of now starting to play and react accordingly with balance. Now, from there, once you've kind of achieved the 2-foot balance for 30 seconds and then a single leg balance for 30 seconds each leg, so you want to do both the good and the bad, you're then going to try to go ahead and do some simple toe taps. So we're going to pretend that we are the center of the clock, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to go noon, 3, 6, 6, 3, noon. And notice that I go ahead And I keep it nice and controlled, keep my body up nice and tall. And again, I'm gonna come here and do the exact same thing, okay? So just some basic simple things that you can do right there to work on that instability surrounding the knees, which again is going to really start helping with the patellofemoral tracking issues, also to some IT band issues as well. And if you are recovering from any type of ACL, medial meniscus, medial collateral surgery, again, the balance is going to be key. Now, the very final exercise you can do, which is going to be a lot more advanced, and I'm going to show you guys this in two parts. One, again, we're going to do it without the BOSU, okay? So I'm going to kick the BOSU away. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called a single leg toe touch. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come and I'm going to stand on my one leg, and I'm going to come and I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to come down, trying to touch my knee, and then coming back up. Notice that I don't drop my chest forward. So I'm going to show you again from the side view. So I come here, I come down, and then I come up. Really focusing on glute. You can see my ankle is really engaged here. If you feel like you have good balance, if you think like you can handle it, now we're going to take our balance a little further by coming in, and we're going to attempt to do it on the BOSU. So now here I am, I'm coming up, I've got my positioning, and I'm coming down, and then I'm coming up. Now this is a much more advanced move, and you may not be quite ready for that particular move. So those are some basic, simple balance exercises that you can start to do to address some more instability around the knee, because again, if you've done everything around the hips, around the glutes in terms of strengthening, but you're still noticing some knee discomfort, chances are now it's more at the foot and ankle, and we want to address those areas. Now, again, if you want to take advantage of that free consult with me, go ahead, jump over to the link that I've left you on the screen, book that time with me, and let's kind of start figuring out why, what's going on, and really becoming and how to become pain-free. And if you found some value in this video, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so today. All right, I'll catch you in the next video.